back to 724 Woodworks. Today I'm going to be showing you my technique for fixing those little dings and dents you might get in your wood. Inevitably, when you're doing woodworking, you might drop a tool, you might drop the board itself, and you wind up with a nasty gouge or a nasty dent that you need to remove. You could try to plane it out, but if the dent's pretty deep, that you're going to end up removing a lot of material. Sanding it out, again, the same thing. Unless you're really careful, you're going to remove a lot of material, or you'll end up with a depression or a shallow right where that dent is, and it'll end up looking just about as worse as the dent once the piece is finished. What I like to do is I like to steam it out. To do this, we use an old rag. Make sure it's nice and wet. Can't really go wrong with too much water here. And then you need a heat source. You could use a regular clothes iron. I prefer to use a small soldering iron like this. You can find this at a local hobby shop or on Amazon for less than $10. What I like about it is it gets really hot, and with that tip you can really direct where you want the heat and the steam to be. As opposed to a clothes iron, it's a lot bigger. You're sort of holding it at an angle, trying to get that tip directly on the dent. So let's get started here. Even putting that water on it, I can feel the dent is starting to come back up. But a little bit of steam will take us the rest of the way. So apply your heat. Push down a little bit of downward pressure to sort of direct that heat and steam down into that dent. Now if you get a dent or a gouge, you want to work on removing it as soon as possible. Don't wait. You want to get it when those wood fibers are still sort of freshly compressed, and they'll bounce right back up. Now I'm using pine in my example here just because you can get the most dramatic results, but if you're working really with any other wood, the process is the same. A bigger dent in, let's say, cherry or maple, you might need to do this process over a few sessions. Steam it, let it dry, steam it again. I can't guarantee it's going to get all the way out, but then you can maybe fix it the rest of the way with sanding and planing, and you'd only be removing a very small amount of material. You need to add a little bit more water. My iron's getting a little bit cool here from all the water, so let's take a look at how we are. Okay, we got a little bit more left to go. I know it looks a little bit discolored. That's really just from the water in there. In this dent, we did sever the wood fibers a little bit. Now, there's really no way to fix that. You can sand it a little bit. Once it's all done, that'll sort of take that away, or plane it a little bit. But you're not going to be able to fix those wood fibers. If you have something like that, if you have a dent like that, and you really don't like it or it's unsightly, you can maybe plan on repurposing that piece, concealing it as much as you can. Or if it's in a highly exposed area, that's really up to your discretion of what you want to do, whether you can live with it or if you need to redo the piece. So we just got a little bit of a lip there, but we got it most of the way out. And just letting it sit and letting that water in there will continue to work to swell those fibers back out to where they are. And then once it dries, you won't see that darkness anymore. So I hope that helped. I hope I hope you don't get any dings or dents in your work pieces, but if you do, I hope this technique works for you to try to fix it. In our next video, we're going to be talking about half-blind dovetails, and more specifically, using a small trim router with a dovetail bit to clean out that waste in our pin board. I think you'll find it's very easy and it's very effective for cleaning out that waste. So if you liked the video, please go ahead and hit like and subscribe to our channel, and until next time, we'll see you in the shop.